Hello students, welcome back for the course of MBA Semester 1 Management Information System. Today is our lecture number 7, 8 and 9, and the topic of our today's discussion is other concepts of information system and management information system. So in this session we are going to discuss about some other several concepts of information system, and later on we will move on our topic that is primarily called as management information system. So the primary objective of our today's session is help to understand the other various concepts of that information system, and lastly we will discuss about management information system. So this management information system is a very well integrated form of information system, okay, that will be providing the information support to the respective users of the organizations. So these are the contents of our today's session. So first one is components of information system, processing functions of information system, major capabilities of computer based information system or only simply information system, important implications of information system, information technology architecture and information system. Here we are going to discuss the relationship between IT architecture and information system. Then we are going to discuss one example with respect to that information system architecture, okay, using the online travel booking system. Later on we will see about the applications of information system. Next one is management information system, and finally with MIS examples. So these are the contents of our today's session. So let us discuss one by one. So first of all that we are going to discuss about the components of information system. So any kind of information system that we were seen in the last session or our previous session, what exactly that information system is. So any kind of information system would be the computer based information system. So it will perform all types of operations, particularly, okay, where we can process the data and convert that data into meaningful information, and we do find some particular components of that information system. By means of integrating all these components together, okay, we will have a very well versed form of information system, and these are the components. So the first component is called as hardware, okay. Whenever we are talking about these components, so these are the ingredients, elements of information system through which it can be formed, okay, and it will work appropriately. So these components are very essential for any type of information system. The first one is called as hardware, okay. So it is one of the very essential component wherever we are talking about the input output devices and other likely devices over there. So this kind of physical devices which can be connected with the computer based information system, generally it is called as some sort of equipments or peripheral devices which can be connected with some sort of information processing system. So first one is called as hardware. Second one is called as data or data facts, okay. So sometimes we will call it is a database, okay. Or the third one is called as information analysis based on the facts. Procedure and standard, that is called as, that will be used for applications, okay. I have to implement the quality control related activities. And the fifth one is called as people, okay, wherever the individual workforce or we will call is a user of the information system, that is the integral part of any information system. So combining together all these different components, okay, we will have a very formal or sophisticated form of information system, and let us see in detail about that different forms of components one by one. Talking about the hardware, okay, these are the peripheral devices, or we will call it is physical equipments, those are being connected with the any kind of computer based information system. So these hardware are primarily useful for inputting the data or for output, getting the required output, okay, as well as we can use for secondary storage wherever we can store the data, and we can also perform some operations with respect to data processing. Nowadays, we are also including some communication devices or other networking devices, say for example other Wi-Fi devices and dongle, which can be also the part of that hardware also. So hardware is one of the very essential form of component that should be required in any type of information systems. The next component would be called as software. Softwares are generally called as the programs, or these are the written instructions, okay, by means of using certain computer based programming, okay. So exactly that programming is nothing but programming laid down the procedure to perform some specific kind of operations by means of using some application software or system software, or using some modeling, that is called as mathematical modeling, or some quantitative modeling should be there. So in that case we are using this software as also major ingredients of any form of information system. The third one is called as database, okay. That database is nothing but the organization of the huge amount of data, okay, which can be stored in the that storage devices, okay, or any kind of physical devices, either in terms of files or records. So these databases would vary from the nature of work, okay, that should be required by the individual user, and that databases can be accessed by any of the time by any of the user. Are these databases are generally called as the structured set of data, okay, and that structured set of data will be very well planned, okay, and it should be very well manipulated, and it can be stored in some storage devices wherever we can manage that data by means of using master database or master file, okay, by means of using the transaction files. So whatever transaction could be take places, that should be stored in the master databases, okay, and we can access that master databases time to time, and that databases could be updated whenever we will retrieve that data again and again, and that data can be stored in the information system, that is called as database. The fourth component would be called as procedure. Now whichever form of information systems are supposed to be there, all these information systems, okay, they are being uh, operated by means of using some sort of procedure, okay. So we need to lay down the procedure how to use that information system. So that will cover some physical manuals or operating manual, or in general we will call as a user machine manual should be there, or system manual, in general we are calling as a system manual. That system manual, okay, will let you know how to operate that particular machine, and how to handle the data and converting that data into relevant information by means of providing the appropriate input to the that particular information system. So here suppose we are purchasing any sort of mobile phones over there, some operating manuals or other form of system manuals has been provided, okay, with this mobile phones even also, or any sort of computer as well as laptop, whenever we can purchase, so we will get some operating manuals, with respect to that particular form of information systems. The last component would be called as operating personnel, or we will call them as people. So, okay, so these people are nothing but the end users of the information system. Okay, there are different sort of end users in the organization, those who can perform the operations on this computer based information system, and finally they are converting the data into relevant information. They would be also responsible for getting the work done through this information system appropriately, and they will manage the data flow, as well as they will take care of the information system, and whether the functioning of the information system will work appropriately as per the requirement of the organizations or not. So we do find that there are different types of personnel, those are performing some specific kind of task and operations in the organizations, and they are system managers, system analysts, data administrator, even programmers, computer programmers, or even data entry operators or computer operators. These All these people are the end users of the information system. They are operating on that information system, and so as to get the work done through this kind of information system. They are working very appropriately by means of giving the due instruction to this computer based information system. So these are called as the components. Okay, the next one is next topic is processing functions of information system. Any kind of information system that can be useful for some specific purposes, but these are called as processing functions, wherever we can collect the data from various sources, even internally as well as externally from the organization. So whatever data that we will collect, okay, we can record that data, store the data, and process that data as per the need and requirement of the any individual person of the organization, so as to improve the organizational performances. Okay, here we are working manually on that computer based information system, and whatever form of transactions took places, we record all the transactions, and finally identifying, okay, by means of using that transactional reports, whichever form of transactional reports which can be generated by this information system. All these business transactions has been saved, okay, or they are stored into some sort of master file, or that is called as databases. Okay, wherever, okay, that all the business transactions could be stored into some specific file, and that is called as master file or master database file. So these are called as these are even also called as the status file also. Okay, so whatever form of transactions took places, say for example, okay, we are conducting some sort of banking operations, wherever we can withdraw the data, we can withdraw the money as well as deposit the money in the bank. So whatever form of transaction took places in the bank from the ATM, okay, mostly we are using ATM or ATM cards or credit cards over there. Okay, so we are performing these transactions on that particular ATM machines, and whatever transactions could take place, either withdraw or deposit, okay, that form of transactions can be stored into some master database. So who is that particular person, those who are being accessing the data, okay, or accessing that account exactly, all this information has been stored into some master database file. Okay, so database which will consisting of some multiple rows and columns over there. Okay, that form of data would be there. Okay, and that is a very well structured data which can be accessed from any of the computer based information system again and again. Okay, or we can update that existing data or in that master file, okay, by means of using the whatever form of business transactions took places. So such kind of master files has been created, and updating of master database file, okay, has been one of the major function of all the information system would be there. The another kind of processing function would be called as the generation of information reports. All form of information processing systems are being primarily useful to generate some sort of reports over there. So whatever transaction could be take places, okay, all these transactions can be saved into the master database or master file, And lastly, we can access the master database or update that master database. And finally, depending on that, okay, we will prepare some sort of information reports for the decision making purposes. So this is called as the generation of the information reports. The another form of processing functions of any type of information system would be that is called as processing of interactive inquiries. Nowadays we are using a very highly advanced forms of information system, as well as we will get the immediate SMS alert or email alerts over there. So such kind of information system would be called as the information system which can handle the interactive inquiries very rapidly. And this form of information system they will work in a very real time processing as per the, as whatever the data or transactions takes place, immediately it will inform to the user. Okay, and we try to get the work done through that particular form of information system appropriately. So generally in case of interactive inquiry, we will mostly find out that online information processing system would be very rapidly useful almost by all the different form of organizations, okay, so as to handle the different sort of business queries, okay, by the managers and other relevant executives. So they will perform on both the transactional files as well as on the master database file. Okay, they will check each and everything and verify appropriately, and suddenly that system will provide some information alerts to the user. So these kind of systems has been very rapidly gaining importance, particularly after the emergence of e-commerce, okay, businesses within the countries, many of the countries. Even this would be also useful by means of getting interactive analytical reports. Okay, so by means of using this information system as per the need and requirement of the individual users. So in organization there are different managers, okay, and all of them are performing some different kind of tasks, duties, responsibilities, and simultaneously they are conducting lots of planning related activities. So they do try to anticipate the future probable problems, and for which they are analyzing the data again and again and retrieving this data particularly for decision making purposes. So decision making is one of the integral activity of all the types of information system. So providing the interactive analytical support to the individual user, and that will be helpful in decision making activities of the user. It is the key ingredients of the processing functions of the organizations. Now whenever we are talking about such a kind of analytical reports nowadays, okay, we are using some very highly advanced form of information system, and that system is called as decision support system. Okay, in case of that decision support system, we are using some mathematical modeling, and depending on the data, okay, or whatever form of data which has been available, we try to analyze the data by means of using data extraction. Okay, this is called as data extraction. So we do identify the pattern or the tendency of the data, or some sort of variation in the data. Depending on that, okay, we do take some different forms of decision by means of using some decision support system. So we will discuss that different sort of information system in the forthcoming sessions, wherever we will discuss that decision support system. Now the another topic is called as major capabilities of CBIS or information system. Now we are living in the age of computers. We are living in the age of very highly advanced computing devices, wherever even mobile computing devices are around us. All these devices are having some different capabilities or different types of functions that we can perform. So we came to know, okay, all types of that CBIS or information systems, okay, they will perform in a very high speed, high volume or numerical computations over there. So these kind of devices, these kind of information processing systems are very versatile. Okay, they can handle the very large amount of data. Okay, wherever we can convert that large amount of data in information within the minimum period of time, where do we save our time, money and efforts also. This will be also useful to get an inexpensive access to the large amount of data, okay, by means of using the whatever form of information that is available worldwide, okay, by means of using some other form of interactive data processing systems. This will saves the this will saves the time, money and other efforts of the organization, and as well as this will improve the effectiveness and efficiency of the workforce those are working in the organizations. Nowadays we are mostly working online, okay, from remote places, so this will be very effective, particularly to improve the workforce efficiency across the organization. Whenever we are talking about the automation, okay, almost many of the organizations they started to make the processes by means of using the automation. So right now they are focusing on the introductions of computers in many of the other business functions, okay, that will save their time, money and other efforts, wherever they can handle the large amount of data and within minimum possible time they should have to take some decisions over there. So either we want to automate or semi automate our business processes, okay, or organizations are structuring as well as restructuring their organization as per the need and requirement of their businesses, and accordingly they are making some changes in their businesses, and they do focus on the business processes, they are simplifying the processes, and they do construct some new form of information system so as to provide the accurate form of information to the relevant users. Right now we are using different forms of online payment systems over there, so these payment systems are again a very good example of our information processing systems over there. So all these systems are of different capabilities, and they do handle the appropriate form of data, and that can be useful to generate some appropriate form of reports by the user, so as to provide the information support not only to the users those are working at the shop level, as well as the other users those are working at middle as well as strategic level or higher executives. So here whatever form of information could be there or data would be there, that data can be processed further, okay, and that could be utilized for the betterment of the organization. So these are the major capabilities of that any sort of information systems. Now we are talking about important implications of information system. Almost from many of the days that we are observing that how does the computer are gaining importance in our day-to-day activities, okay, almost even you could recently went to our admission processes, wherever you were acquainted that admission information processing systems over there, and how does that information admission information system will work recently that you were experienced. So this will not only saves the amount of resources as well as energy of the user also. So this will be a very good example wherever they are creating a good impact specifically on the workforce, wherever we can manage the timing of the workforce, okay, and we can save the timing, okay, and managing the other related business operations by means of using efficient decision making activities. So within minimum possible time we can gather the huge amount of data very rapidly, okay, and we can process that data with the help of that information processing system, and that creates a very good impact on the individual organizations, and by means of that organizations are trying to come closer and closer to the customers by gaining importance of to study the consumer behavior specifically. So all organizations they are identifying the potential group of customers, and they try to develop their own strategies so that they can use that optimum form of strategy so as to reach to the larger group of customers, larger as well as potential group of customers. So as to achieve these organizational goals, okay, the uh, almost all organizations, they are trying to make the use of such a form of information system, because nowadays wherever many of the competitors are also focusing on gaining the importance to that how to get the maximum number of customers within minimum period of time. Nowadays we are also focusing on digital marketing, digital advertising, wherever we will find out that social media marketing, social media advertising, that can be a very effective form of communication to the user. So many companies are focusing on the organizational processes, and they are structuring their organization in some different sense, okay, and gaining the competitive advantage across the different structure of their organizations. Okay, this will be also useful for decision making activity that we were already discussed about it, and there are some particular implications over there. Organizations, they need to handle some critical problem because they are anticipating these problems, and after the anticipation they need to resolve their difficulties very appropriately, so that they can justify their strategy and get the strategy to function very effectively. So they are making some innovative ideas and try to identify how to implement that innovative ideas in businesses, and analyzing some critical problems in the businesses. So they do anticipate many of the things, and for which they are conducting some mathematical analysis or conducting some mathematical programming with the help of modeling. We call them as a mathematical modeling, wherever we could not work manually, because there are thousands of data, okay, which can be processed with the help of this information processing system, wherever okay, individual user could not work. Okay, and suppose the individual persons are working on the such a huge amount of data, okay, that will take too much amount of time, and organizations are not having that much amount of time, so they should need to handle the large amount of data with the help of such a kind of versatile information processing systems over there. Sometimes all the situation could not be same in the organization. Many of the organization, they are gathering the huge amount of data to create the knowledge base. Okay, whatever database that they will create, okay, that database they are creating that databases to create the knowledge base. Okay, so knowledge creation is one of the another integral activities of the organizations, and they do manage their activities, or to whatever form of unusual situations would be there, okay, that existing databases, okay, whatever they were generated, okay, that databases can be useful for knowledge creation purposes by means of using, okay, knowledge uh, information processing system, okay, or by means of using knowledge management systems. Here organizations, those who are performing some different kind of task activities or processes, they are continuously working to streamline their processes, they are making improvement in processes, so they do continuously plan the activities and improve, they try to improve their processes so that they can provide better services to the customers by means of using whatever form of actions or operations that they will perform. So all these organizations are focusing on creation of the knowledge base, creation of the database, okay, that will be helpful in generating the lots of information to them, and by means of that they are coming closer and closer to the customer, so that they can reach to the maximum masses, okay, even in your mobile phones, as well as your email, okay, you will get a lots of alerts over there, you do find. Okay, so organizations are identifying the need to communicate or to keep in touch with the targeted group of customers. So they are focusing each and every activities of businesses towards the satisfaction of the customers. So they do gather huge amount of data, process that data, and converting that data into relevant information. All different businesses, including e-commerce businesses, they are focusing on how many customers those are visiting on their websites, and how many of them, okay, they are being still waiting to buy any particular goods. Okay, how does that they need to be written, okay, again and again, so that they can buy from that specific websites. So they, all these companies are targeting the different types of targeted group of customers, and they are focusing their activities, okay, by means of using these implications. So in case of implications, whenever we are talking, okay, information would be called as the lifeblood of all the organization. Without information, none of the organization would survive, and they do try to gather the information by collecting the data and finally converting the data into relevant information by means of using the generation of appropriate reports for decision making purposes. Now this is called as the information technology architecture and information system. Almost all types of information system, they are using some particular form of information architecture. Architecture is nothing but how does the information system has been constructed, okay, and it will perform some specific operations by means of using whatever form of information technology, okay, architecture. This will consisting of physical facilities. Okay, let us see here, the information technology, this is complete enterprise architecture over there. Okay, this is the business architecture. Okay, wherever you will identify that shop floor level would be there, middle level of people would work, and top level people will work in the organization. This is called as a business architecture would be there. Now this is called as the information technology architecture, and that form of architecture is very essential, particularly to design any sort of information system. So here we do came to know information architecture, application architecture, technology architecture, data architecture. Now there are different types of personnel are working in the organization, and they do provide the appropriate type of services. Okay, they are the expertise specifically in the field of IT technologies, and they all these information system will work by means of using this particular form of architecture. So this is called as the backbone of any particular information system. Okay, behind any information system, behind any e-commerce related information system, okay, one of the major ingredient of all types of information system, whenever all these persons, okay, they will work appropriately in the back end, then and then that business function will perform appropriately and provide services to the customers. So in this way we came to know about the physical facilities, IT components, IT services, and IT personnel. These are the integral elements, okay, or we will call them as the architecture of the any form of information system. Either whatever form of company it is, okay, it is a simple e-commerce company or mobile commerce company, those who are providing network security solutions, okay, are performing some object oriented programming, any telecommunication services, multimedia design, any document management. Nowadays we are working on content management system. You are getting the education through that content management system. We are providing the content through online Google Classrooms. So that is a content management system would be there. So wherever we came to know some back end workforce are working in the organization, okay, along with some particular form of technologies, okay, and that will be called as what, IT architecture. This is called as information technology architecture. So whenever this architecture works well, okay, all such kind of information system will perform the functions appropriately as per the need and requirement of the businesses. If you want to do the business, okay, by means of using some online operations, you need to decide your IT architecture. Once we design the IT architecture appropriately, okay, then we should have to focusing on how to make the business function by means of using appropriate HR, finance, marketing, production, and operations. So there are two parts of any enterprise applications. Any form of enterprise applications would be there. Okay, if we are talking about any sort of business information system, so there will be two parts. Okay, first one is IT architecture, that could be act as a backend of that information processing system, and the business architecture. And in relation to which we should have to manage the business processes by means of using this IT architecture. Okay, and that will be called as what, governance. Whatever form of business functions would be there, okay, that IT personnel, those are working in these different tools and technologies, okay, they are taking the compliance, okay, what is happening with that particular business processes, and they do manipulate their activities by means of constructing the programs. So these form of IT architectures are gaining importance in many of the businesses, okay, and as well as in information system. Now let us see the example of that information system architecture with the help of online travel booking information system. Okay, so that online travel booking information system, you came to know that there are different sort of IT infrastructure would work. Okay, okay, that should work in the back end. So we do came to know some IT components wherever wireless communication devices are there, telecommunication and network devices, software and hardware components, okay, has been primarily used. Wherever some IT personnel are widely utilize these IT components, so we do have to recruit the IT personnel. We need to provide the IT services by means of using developing the new particular form of information processing system. So that is the part of certain kind of R&D works. Okay, so we are constructing the information system by means of using system development, managing the security and risk, okay, as well as database management. Okay, these are primarily the IT services would be there. Now from this to this triangle, this is the shop floor level of any organization, wherever the first kind of information processing system, that is called as TPS, transaction processing system, or OAS, office automation system, that has been primarily useful for performing day to day or ordinary transactions in day to day life by the users. So here all the operational workforce are employed to operate that TPS or OAS. They will collect the required data from the user and feed up that data into some form of information system. That whatever data has been collected, it has been stored into either TPS or OS, that can be further transmitted to other form of information system. And depending on the different departments, we do have different types of information system. So accounting information system, financial information system, okay, production and operations management system, marketing information system, and human resource information system would be there. All these systems are the part of some enterprise application, okay, and that is called as enterprise resource planning system. If you heard the name of that, is called as ERP. This is called as enterprise resource planning system, ERP system, we call them as an ERP system. So in this ERP systems will be there are different modules, okay, that different modules are connected with the different departments, okay. So all these individual systems are acting as the subsystems of that enterprise resource management system, okay. Wherever we do find at primary level, okay, some other form of information system would be there, that is called as either MIS, OAS, or TPS, that should be primarily useful by the either clerical staff. Here we are not including the MIS because MIS deals with some tactical form of information over here, okay. So that deals with some specialized kind of information. Some other form of information system, okay, which can be widely used by different types of personnel in the organization. So lower level managers or operational, wherever we are taking some operation decisions, okay, so we are recruiting particularly any kind of clerical staff or day to day operations can be performed over there, okay. So customer care executives will be there, they are sitting on the computer and recording the data whenever they are acquainting with the customers. So lower level executives are there. Then there will be middle managers, okay, those are performing some tactical decisions, okay, whatever data has been gathered by that TPS or OS, that can be further processed through MIS. So MIS would comes from the middle level executives mostly. So MIS, DSS, business intelligence, data mining, and other MIS tools has been widely used by the middle level managers over there. Some other kind of information system would be there, okay, DSS, decision support system, business intelligence system, data mining, expert system, including some MIS and OS. We are using the existing database which has been provided by OS as well as MIS. So all older form of information system has been used in the higher ladder, okay, particularly for the creation of the knowledge database, okay, by the topmost executives. So whenever a decision has been taken by the topmost executives, all such old type of data has been verified, okay, by means of using some different forms of information processing system, or by whatever form of information reports that could be made available from the different departments. So in this way, okay, that online travel booking information system will work, okay. Its IT architecture, okay, would be in some different sense whenever we will have, suppose, the applications of, suppose, say, travel booking information system like GoIbibo or any other sites. Even Flipkart's, they were started to make the use of that online travel booking information system. So this IT architecture would vary from organization to organization, and what sort of required facilities has been required in this form of information system, that is primarily depend on the need and requirement of the information analysts. Those are continuously searching for the information, those are available on internet, so they do plan their activities very appropriately, and they are lastly finalizing what form of IT infrastructure has been required, okay, depending on this need and requirement. And then actually the system development activities to formulate such a kind of very versatile online travel booking information system work will start, okay. Then it should be get implemented, okay, it should be get tested, and finally it should be implemented for commercial use of the customers. So in this way that IT architecture would works. Now these are called as the applications of information system. We do also call them as the enterprise applications. So that enterprise applications would vary from enterprises to enterprises or organizations to organization. So nowadays we are using, we are performing some offline transactions, even online transactions, okay. How does that we can collaborate all the functions together with the help of that online and online as well as offline operations. Even many of the processes are web enabled business processes. So how to coordinate the data very effectively so that all the data can be stored at appropriate places and it can be retrieved again and again, okay. That should be depends on the business processes specifically. So we do find that there are numerous applications are there. We were listed here, some list has been given. So we do came to know that online shopping, billing and payment processing systems which has been widely useful now right now. And we do find there are many of the apps, many of the information system that exist nowadays, that is available on the internet. You just search just only online shopping, billing and payment processing systems, you will find a huge number of softwares over there that are available. Even interactive product catalogs has been made available. So very sophisticated forms of documentation has been used. Some content management, okay, particularly say for example online learning material that, okay, which can be made available through this content management, as well as we are running different sort of blogs and other material on the websites. Customer relationship management system, okay, to acquire the users data and store that data to so as to retain the customers by means of using that customer management system. Manufacturing and other business process integration. So we need to structure our organization by means of using business process reengineering, where we should have to manage our manufacturing related activities and try to manage our business functions. So we do try to integrate our business functions over there, either HR, finance, marketing, or production, whatever it may be. Some IT management services recently that we will discuss during the IT architecture. Enterprise resource management, okay, this is a very worldwide well known software that is called as ERP SAP R3. Okay, by means of that it can be implemented through various modules in the organization. Some sort of research based information system that is called as business intelligence management system, okay, which can be widely useful by means of using our business data analytics. So business data analytics has been very popular term nowadays, which can be also commonly called as data sciences. Business collaboration and security, okay, that it will be the one of the integral form of information processing system. So we do also require some quality control related activities. Form automation, whatever data which can be made available through different sort of forms, okay, that data can be stored into master file, master databases. And finally some business management systems should be there, wherever we can process the business data either in terms of either in different department, HR department, finance department, marketing, as well as production and operations department. So we do find there are many numerous applications over there, and across these enterprises we are widely using this information processing system, but we are not well acquainted with this different sort of softwares. So you just try to search in the Google and identify what form of applications has been there, so you will came to know that different sort of devices, okay, across the world, which can be using some different forms of information processing system for specialized uses purposes, so as to generate the required reports and simplified our decision making processes. Now the next one is called as management information system. This is called as MIS. Okay. Now when we are talking about MIS, it is again simply like our information system. Okay, that form of information system primarily, okay, evaluate, analyze and process the data which has been supplied by either by TPS, okay, or OAS, by means of using generation of reports and simplified the process of decision making activity. Now this kind of management information system will not collect the data primarily, okay. Data which has been collected by shop floor level systems, say for example OAS, office automation system, or TPS, transaction processing systems, which could be evaluated, analyzed and processed further, and converting that data into relevant information, okay, so as to simplify our decision making activity by the management personnel. That system will be called as management information system. So all such system that will provide some sort of information support, that will provide information by means of using some standardized reports, okay, that system will be called as management information system. All these management information systems, okay, they could work on the appropriate class of information system, okay. There are different sort of MISs. So different management information system exists for particular uses. Say for example in accounting we are using accounting information system. In inventory we are using inventory control system. For getting billing and payment systems should be there. So as per the need and requirement, we do finalize our business processes and restructure that business processes in such a way, whatever form of data which can be made available through TPS or OAS, it should be get collected from them, so that we can evaluate that data, analyze that data and process that data further, so as to take the management decision as effective as possible. So when we are talking about MISs, MIS is a very planned type of system that will collect, store and disseminate data in the form of information needed to carry out the functions of the management. Whatever information has been desired by the management of the organization, that management information system collect that required data, store the data, as well as process the data. Before disseminating, there is one important ingredient, that is called as processing of data, and finally disseminating that data by means of publicizing the information using some sort of reports. One very important definition has been given over here, that is given by G.B. Davis. G.B. Davis says about MIS, what exactly it is. MIS is an integrated form of man-machine system that will provide the relevant information to hold up the operations, management and decision-making functions of the organization or enterprises. This form of system is called as man-machine system, wherever the user they tries to interact with the some sort of computer-based information system by means of using some programming. They collect the data, store the data, process the data, and converting the data into relevant information and publicizing the reports, so that the management of the organization they make the use of that report for effective decision making purposes. So here we came to know there are some 2-3 important ingredients of that MIS, management information system. MIS system that will utilize the hardware and software, whatever form of hardware and software has been there. Manual procedure could be simplified. Okay, so whatever form of business function which can be performed using manual operations, which can be further processed through computer based information system, okay, using some management decision making models or databases. So all these management decision making models, okay, wherever we are using some analytical tools and techniques, okay, by means of that we can convert the data into relevant information. So that is called as what? MIS. Now let us see the one of the example of that MIS. Okay, how does exactly the managers they will try to make the use of that data which could be made available from TPS or OAS, and how does that MIS system will work. This is a complete MIS system would be there. Okay, this is one of the subsystem of MIS, and finally we are using that MIS for decision making purposes using some reports. Let us see all these figures one by one. So this is a very simplified form of MIS based system. Okay, let us see. Now here the MIS system would be there. Okay, in this MIS system all the functions of the business organization, say for example finance, accounting, marketing, human resource, all the department are very well connected with certain computer based network, and all the informations which can be supplied by either internet or extranet. Internet means world wide web, extranet, okay, that is called as intra organizational network. Okay, wherever customer care executive or people those are working on the shop floor or clerical staff those are working on TPS and OS, they will provide the data, okay, or they will perform some business transaction with the customer, wherever all these business transactions can be processed through transaction processing system and stored in the databases. So whatever form of databases can be generated, okay, over here. So this is what called as the databases or database management system. That databases can be accessed by that particular MIS personnel, those who are working in the organization in different departments. Now according to the need and requirement of that different department, say for example marketing department, where we are handling some, suppose say, sales related activity. So that sales related activity can be identified with the help of databases. Suppose say for example in the last month how much amount of sales was generated with the help of any product over there. So that marketing personnel or sales personnel process the data and they will prepare some reports over there. So there are different sort of reports will be generated. For example, here we are considering the last month report. So that last month report can be analyzed with the help of that marketing based MIS. So we are going to the marketing based MIS. Now this is the marketing based information system. Okay, that marketing based information system will further consisting of some different subsystem, that is called as order processing system, material resource planning system, general ledger system. If any of the user or customer, those who has obtained some mobile phones from suppose say Flipkart or Amazon, so they will first visit the website, select the product, okay, and went through these different sort of information system, okay, and they buy that particular product from the website. All these data can be further stored into some different databases. These are again the different databases where we will store the sales data, per unit cost data, okay, product charge data, or other certain different forms of data with respect to different products which can be stored, okay, into some sort of databases. So nobody is carrying out, okay, these transactions manually over there nowadays. Specifically those are making some online transactions. So all these data that can be further processed with the help of that marketing information system. Here MIS has been written. Try to consider here that marketing information system, which is the part of our MIS. Okay, where do we generate some appropriate management reports, and that reports can be analyzed by the respective managers so that further decision making activity could be takes places. Whatever reports that we will generate, let us see. Now here this is just a typical example of certain products over there. So product code has been listed, okay, and product description, carpet cleaner and room freshener would be there. Suppose they this is the report of the sales in some particular region, northern region, southern region, midwest and west region would be there. How much amount of sales has been generated within, okay, this is called as the actual sales. This was called as the anticipated or planned sales, whatever the company has been expected, and this is actual versus planned, means the proportion has been identified over there. How much amount of sales has been generated as compared to actual and planned. Now this is called as a benchmark over there. Here that can be useful for our quality control purposes and so as to fix the target in the next month for that particular product. Similarly, in case of room freshener, we do analyze the total actual sales, okay, in different region, okay, and that can be compared with the planned sales over there, and these are again the planned versus actual data will be there. Depending on that report, finally the manager will decide whether they want to conduct some new marketing campaign or advertisement campaign so as to increase the sales of that particular product. In this way we are making the use of that management information system for our decision making purposes. Lastly, there are different examples. We will call them as the MIS applications. So we do find numerous applications nowadays. Recently we were seeing the different examples. Let us have airline reservation system, lots of facilities with respect to seat booking information, payment details, scheduling of and boarding of that planes could be made available through this airline reservation system, boarding list and some other particular special needs which can be mentioned in this airline reservation system. Even we can perform some bank operations wherever we can deposit, transfer or withdraw the operations manually also, as well as using online operations also, including some payment gateways also. We will recently talk about that enterprise resource planning. Okay, this is a very well integrated form of information processing system wherever all the departmental MISs which can be well connected with these ERPs. Another form of information processing system will be called as logistics information system that will provide the um, uh, information relating to the transportation system. So either we will call it is a transportation system or logistics information system. So how does our material will move from one place to another place, okay, particularly using the logistics, okay, those who are handling the deliveries, okay, they are making the use of that logistic information system. We are very well acquainted with the IRCTC wherever we are conducting some online train reservations over there. So that is a very common example. So that's all about our today's session. We will discuss various difficulties in the forthcoming session. Thank you very much.